Well, there are a couple of issues you raised there, and I want to raise them in the order in which you raised them, Sheriff. And one is the president and what he makes of this. He issued a statement today that no American should ever live under a cloud of suspicion just because of what they look like. Do you think that was a slap at you?
Of course it is. I'm the poster boy. He mentioned me a few months ago at the White House. He didn't like what I was doing with the 1070. But, you know, if he has that much concern, then stop him from coming into the United States because it's illegal to come into this country. So you ought to do something about that situation. On the other hand, we should enforce the laws in the interior, which most people are saying, including politicians. Let's secure the border, then they say first. Well, what about all the illegals that are in the interior? We're locking them up on human smuggling and raiding businesses, crime suppressions. And by the way, I'm not stopping anything. I'm going to continue to enforce those state laws regardless of what the federal government is trying to put pressure on me to satisfy all these activists, which, by the way, are in front of my building right now. 3.5 years they've been in front of my building. So I'm not going to bend to the federal government, especially when we still have state laws to enforce.
I wonder whether the feds now might have a reason to put you or box you into a corner, Sheriff. And by that I mean the justices ruled unanimously, in fact, that you do have the right, you know, to ask folks for papers, for example. But that those same folks who you might suspect of being illegal are not required to have those papers. So it's sort of like a catch-22. So I thought in your case, Sheriff, you're damned if you do or damned if you don't.
No, the big point here, Neil, is the fact so you can detect these people, the illegals, every hour on the hour. But if ICE doesn't accept them, what do you do with them?
They stay, right? So well, then what do you do in that event? What do you do?
Well, I got a couple strategies in mind. I'm not going to reveal it now, but we're going to continue to lock up the human smugglers, the raid businesses, crime suppression. I'm not stopping. I got state laws that I can enforce.